Ever since the announcement of the Steam Deck back in the day, I dreamed about a day where I could only use my game console and a portable monitor to just get rid of my laptop and be able to game on the machine and also work with the external monitor. The Steam Deck was released, I got mine a long time ago, but I was kind of bummed out with the whole Windows support. It was not great from the beginning. Then the ROG Ally from ASUS came out last year and I thought it was a fantastic, great unit, but it had some issues. And finally ASUS came out with the ASUS ROG Ally X. And since that one came out, I was like, this could be it. This could be, in conjunction with a good portable monitor, this could be the solution I am looking for. Which is why in this video, I'm not reviewing the ASUS ROG Ally X, but I'm reviewing this. The UPERFECT UGame C2 Pro. A 16-inch portable monitor, 2K, 144 Hz, and pretty light. So we're gonna try this thing. We're gonna test it and see how it performs in video games as well as work, and with a solution of combining this with a portable gaming device, a portable Windows device for people who use Windows like me, is a good solution to use it for both work and gaming. Now, before I get started, a gentle reminder to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I drop a new video. Now, let's get to it.
Okay, so this is the UGame C2 Pro. As I said, this is a 2K, 144 Hz gaming monitor, 16-inch portable display with 100% sRGB. The monitor comes with a smart cover that I'm using right now, as well as two Type-C to C cables, a mini HDMI to standard HDMI, and a 20 watts power adapter. The monitor itself does not have a battery and needs to be powered at all time, but that is not a problem when used in conjunction with something like the ROG Ally X that we're going to see here. Now, my first impressions of the monitor is that it is pretty sleek and very, very light. The smart cover that comes to it is attached magnetically, and once you remove it and you put that on your hand and you put the monitor in your hand, it is absolutely crazy light, weighing an incredible 700 grams. It has a matte finish and it looks pretty awesome when powered on. So on the side, in terms of ports, we have two USB-Cs that you can use to connect the power adapter and also connect some kind of device. It accepts video via both the USB-C as well as a mini HDMI. On the other side of the screen, we have the on and off button as well as a button to adjust the different settings via an OSD. There's also an audio jack that you can use. Now, the monitor comes with speakers, so you have a stereo speakers on both sides, and it also supports 3D sound. Taking a look at the OSD, you have your standard options, including brightness, contrast, saturation, hue, sharpness, and also color temperature, as well as changing the source, language, aspect ratio, and volume, because the volume on this thing is really good, as we're going to see later on. There's a way to turn on HDR, so if by default it says auto, but I could not get it to work until I turned it to on. Once I did turn it to on, Windows was able to detect the display as HDR ready. You can also turn on FreeSync, and you can choose whether it's going to be on the HDMI, the mini HDMI, or the USB-C. Now, to test the colors and fluidity of the monitor, I decided to launch the King of Fighters 13, only the most beautiful 2D game ever. And the results were spectacular. The colors were accurate and were popping. This is, by the way, a 16:10 display, and it looks fantastic. While the C2 Pro has around 500 nits in terms of brightness, I decided to just turn off HDR, as for me it looks much better. Usually you'll need higher brightness to experience true HDR. And the result is amazing. The game is very fluid. The monitor comes with 9 milliseconds response time, which is pretty standard for good gaming monitors. Now I decided to try a modern game, which is the King of Fighters 15. At 2K 144 Hz, the game was beautiful, looking really good, and very fluid. The monitor comes with speakers, 2-watt speakers, stereo speakers, as well as virtual 3D sound, and it sounds very loud. Once you turn on that 3D sound option, you have the virtual feeling that the monitor stage is much larger, and I think it does a pretty good job emulating 3D sound. Now, as I said, one of the reasons I wanted to try this monitor is to, in conjunction with a portable gaming device, I would like to actually work with it. And that was really possible because all you had to do is connect a mouse and keyboard, and I was able to actually browse the internet and do some light work pretty easily, that I can finally see myself using this combination to replace my laptop, because this is much lighter than an actual 16-inch laptop in most cases. Now finally I decided to try the mini HDMI, and what better way to do that than to connect it to a Neo Geo AES, and of course I had to use the King of Fighters 95, one of my favorite games of all time. And the results were spectacular. Now bear in mind that in the beginning I didn't have the correct aspect ratio, so I had to go to the menu OSD and change it from auto to 4:3, and then I got the King of Fighters 95 to look as beautiful as ever on the UPERFECT C2 Pro. Finally, there's an option to use an actual stand rather than the smart cover. Now the monitor has VESA mounting holes for screws, and then you can use something like the UPERFECT stand that allows you to have an actual standard stand that you can do, either put the monitor in a normal horizontal way or a vertical one, maybe for coding if you do programming, or maybe to play some old shooter games like, you know, those arcade shooters, Sonic Wings games. Now one of the really cool things I like is that when used with an ROG Ally, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the same for many of the handheld gaming devices that we have nowadays, is that you don't have to have both of them connected to the power outlet. In fact, if you have the monitor connected to the power, you can use the other USB-C that you connect your gaming device to, and that would actually allow the gaming device to get the power through the monitor itself. And I was able to do that, and I was able to get 30 watts on the ROG Ally, and the game looked fantastic, and I could actually increase the power use of the device and had no effect on the actual monitor. Now bear in mind that UPERFECT advised that you use a separate power for both the device and the monitor, but I was able to get it to work, and it was great, especially if you're just, you know, doing some light work or light gaming and you don't want to have too many cables going, you know, all over the place. And I think that is a fantastic little thing that I did not honestly expect, and suffice to say, really good surprise.
Okay, I am absolutely happy about the UGame C2 Pro. The colors are popping, it's an IPS, it's matte. Maybe it would have, if it's glossy, might have been given extra points, but it is fantastic. I did not notice any lag, and the fact that I could actually use it directly from the ROG Ally as it is charging is pretty cool feature. The fact that it's light, I can easily carry it, much lighter than an actual laptop, because usually I would take my laptop and my game console and it's just a mess, it's just too heavy, especially like long trips where I have to walk a lot, using carrying all that with me. So this is a perfect solution, and this is again from UPERFECT. If you are interested, you can actually check the link in the description below if you want to buy the same monitor or another one. And that is not all. If you use, as I said, the code NeogeoNow30, you get $30 off for any order that is higher than $150. $30 off thanks to UPERFECT by using the code NeogeoNow30. Again, the link is in the description to go to UPERFECT website, as well as the code if you want to just copy it and paste it over there. Let me know if you're getting any of the UPERFECT products. They actually make a lot of cool portable monitors. They have a really good OLED one that I might want to check out in the future. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me know in the comment section if you are getting one of these devices now or in the future. And I will see you guys next time.